So in this time of the coronavirus and all the changes that we've been through, where people are experiencing being laid off from work, physically isolating in their homes and from other people, and all of the I guess the feelings that come with all of that. We thought we might talk today about one of the effects of this physical isolation, which means that at the moment we're not making any tactile contact with another person. And for a lot of us, that's quite a significant change, because we draw the energy from when we hug somebody or shake hands with somebody or whatever we do, because that's part of being human. So we thought we might bring you a conversation about this, because we see this as something that we should and hopefully will go back to with our hearts. And Tricia, you had an experience today that you might want to share.
Yeah, I really want to share. It's been wonderful what's been happening with technology. Technology's been amazing in terms of even doing how we're doing our work at the moment. We're through this videoing, and so many people connecting through phoning and Zoom, and becoming very creative with all of that. And it's really heartening, because those times when we connect, we come alive. And it's interesting because today I went and visited my grandchildren, and they were under instruction because of the distancing rule, 1.5 meters apart. And so the first time this happened, I was really wanting to, just go and hug them, and they wanted to hug me, and I realized how much that experience of visiting, grandchildren or people you love, that feeling of touch, is so important, and how it connects you. And it was interesting today, about my second or third visit with this distancing rule, and I noticed that today, they didn't actually run up to me. They actually already knew that there was the distance rule. And while that was great, because we didn't have to stay away, what really saddened me in the next, and I actually had lots of tears today, but I'll try not to sort of bring those tears. I realized that distance was becoming greater between us. I was there, but I wasn't there for them. And then all of a sudden I felt this disconnect happening between myself and them. And I actually felt really sad, because I realized that physical contact is that energy that builds us together, and we really connect. I've had so many wonderful moments with my grandchildren, hugging, reading, all of those things. So when they're gone, I realized how easy it was for the distance to be created. And I think that this is going to be something really significant as we move through this time, because we're human, and as humans we need that connection. And while like I said, we're getting all this communication, it's that really important touch that is that real connector that I really noticed. It was such a powerful thing that if we lose that, we've really lost something very magical in our relationship and connecting with people.
So Tricia, I think what you noticed was that it was a new habit. It had become normal for this distance to be kept, and I think what we bring with our heart-based approach also is the fact that we know this is temporary, and people should realize this is temporary. The learning from the coronavirus isn't we can't do this anymore. It's just that we're being careful while this virus is still here and there is no vaccine, so that we don't inadvertently infect somebody that may cause serious harm to another person. So we're looking after ourselves and others, the SOE that we talk about so much. But in this time, that we also need to hold in our hearts that hope and that knowing that when we come out of this, that we will restore, the habit of hugging, shaking hands, greeting, showing love and affection to others in the way that we always have, because that's, as you so beautifully described, it's such an enriching experience that we don't want to come out of this without.
Yeah, and so something to really be hopeful about, as you mentioned. So for me, in my heart, I've got that beautiful yearning and that feeling of when we can get back together and hug, it's going to be so amazing and powerful.
Yes, and let's keep all of that in our hearts.